Hi, Jonathan York from Bay Financial Partners, looking at investment markets. Potentially a pretty interesting week this week with the annual Jackson Hole retreat taking place. A lot of the prominent central bankers from the world will be attending that meeting, and it'll just be very interesting to see what sort of rhetoric comes out with the comments and presentations that take place. Certainly given the state of the US economy and the strength in the market and the general strength in the economy, most analysts still expect the Fed to increase rates by one more time this year. And then potentially as well, it's just a question of seeing if we get any timing and indication on the start of the reduction of the balance sheet from the Fed. Certainly US market's holding a pretty good bid, and as stated before many times, the US economy really is in pretty good shape and pushing along at a reasonable rate. It's not going gangbusters yet on the growth, but it's still pushing along at a pretty good rate. On the flip side of that, obviously we've still got the ongoing Trump administration. The revolving door has been pretty active again in the last few days. And it's just going to be really interesting now to see how General Kelly can sort of galvanise this sort of staff into a winning force. It really would probably be helped greatly if we actually saw some action on some of the policies. Obviously, the two big policies that were sort of put forward in the election was healthcare, which we've seen nothing on, and then tax reforms. Really need to see something get started on those to get a little bit of momentum going and really give the Trump administration a few runs on the board. Europe pushing through at a pretty good rate as well. Obviously we've seen the horrific events in Barcelona in the last few days. That's just heightened a little bit of worries out there. But overall the European economy is pushing on at a pretty good rate. Oil's still hovering around that sort of $48 a barrel, and it's just going to be interesting now to see, as we head into sort of the northern hemisphere winter. And it's just going to be interesting now to see as we head into the northern hemisphere winter, just see how the markets react. There's been a little bit of talk out of OPEC about meeting in November to either end or prolong the current output arrangements. Pretty interesting here in New Zealand as well. We're just a month away from the election now, really getting very, very close to call out there. Some of the big policies are coming through now in terms of spending. Also as well, Labor raising the issue about potentially a capital gains tax. Been a little bit light on the details out there, but just will be very interesting to see how that sort of plays through in the next sort of 3 to 4 weeks. Rabo announced that they're going to repay back the capital securities in early October. That's going to bring about $900 million potentially free up in the market as those funds get returned to investors. So there's a few bond issues out there at present looking to try and soak up some of those funds. We've got a Precinct, there's an ANZ, and also a Heartland issue out there as well. If you're interested in any of those, call us on 0800 867 323. Or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz. Again, just sort of interesting though. The bonds that are sort of being put into the marketplace currently around sort of 5 years. Interest rates vary between sort of 370-ish to about sort of 420, 430. So it's going to be interesting to see what sort of appetite there is out there from the retail investor. But if you are looking for income options, plenty of options out there. Give us a call on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz for lots of interesting articles. And we look forward to speaking to you soon.